Good morning, guys. Today I'm about 45 minutes outside of Bangkok and I finally found something I was looking for, and this is part of it. I've been looking for this car junkyard for a long time. Finally found it. So come join me as we check out all the cool stuff that's here. And even if cars aren't your thing, stay with me through this video because I'm going to share some insights into why I love cars, share some history with you. I think you're going to enjoy this video. And yeah, this thing is no joke. Look at these massive tires. I'm 180 centimeters tall, 5'11", and these things just tower over me. This is truly impressive. Oh man, I can't help myself. I'm gonna try to climb up here without, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if it'll hold my fat ass. Yep, it definitely does. All right, no good way to do this, but made it up here. We are now inside this giant, well, not inside, now up here on top of this giant Caterpillar. Pretty nice view from up here. This thing is massive. There are so many cool cars here. We've got an old Oldsmobile hearse, probably right around 1975 or so. Definitely have military vehicles here from the US, some ambulances. These are World War II. I'm guessing they're Willys. I'm so excited to be here, guys. Oh, wow, this is really rare. This is an Auto Union. It's an old Auto Union Jeep before it became Audi. We have a Willys, and then we have, I believe, a Kubelwagen of some sort, German. I'm guessing this is a Mercedes. Not really sure. It kind of looks like a little bit like a G-Wagon. Oh my God, I'm so excited. There's so much stuff to see. There's a bunch of cars off in the distance. There's fire trucks. There's got to be a couple hundred cars here. They have quite a collection of these old Land Rover Defender 110s. The reason they're called 110 is because it's a 110-inch wheelbase. If we can find an 88-inch wheelbase, I'll show you that as well. But these were used through military, through the private sector. They've been used by commercial and private people for years and years. Absolutely one of the most capable off-road vehicles ever made, hands down. I'm super excited to see all these Land Rover Defender 110s here. Even the ones with the safari roof. And the safari roof is basically the separation here. And what it allows is it allows air to enter while you drive, so it cools you down, hence the name safari roof. But wow, these are just amazing, guys. I'm so excited to be here. I love cars, I love machines, and this is absolutely insane. I know exactly what this is. This is a checker. These are checker limousines. It is a 4-door on each side, so it's an 8-door. And these were used as limousines. Checker was also used as taxi cabs in the US for many decades. Not really sure what this little guy is, but it's some kind of a little 6-wheeled truck contraption. Too bad these don't work. This would be so cool to take them for a drive. And then we got this other thing. It actually has tracks. Look at this thing. It actually has tracks. It's not just 6-wheel, but it has tank treads, so it can definitely go a lot more places. Looks like this section is mostly fire trucks. We've got Isuzus here, Mitsubishi. I believe that's a Mitsubishi Fuso truck. Got a Dodge here from right around 1968 or so, probably an international truck. I've never seen Bedford trucks in person. These are definitely something you would see in England, but very, very cool. This place just goes on and on. We've got a Dodge here. I would think this is right around 1934, 1937, somewhere in the 30s. Just a chassis, pretty rusty, and right next to it is a Transstar. Dodge, Ford, I don't remember. This actually is probably a British vehicle. If you know which vehicle this is, let me know in the comments below. These things have just been sitting here. I can't imagine the history of these vehicles. Here we have another Bedford over here. Oh, this is a, yep, a Majoris Dutz. This is German, and this is a brand that no longer exists, obviously. We have another Dodge truck here. This is a Ford, probably about a 1956, somewhere in there. No idea what this thing is. Let's keep on moving. Looks like this truck has had a rough life. Oh, wow. This right here. This is an American LaFrance fire truck. It definitely looks like one. If you're a fire truck expert, you might know better than me, but I would say this is probably a LaFrance fire truck, because this is the way they are usually shaped in the front. And it's a convertible, perfect for fighting fires in Thailand. It is super hot in here, and there's probably snakes in here. Rob and I are just taking some video, and there's a whole bunch of cars back here that I want to look at, but it's also tall grass. So do I risk the snakes? Yes. No idea what this is, but by the looks of it, this has the look of about a 1920s vehicle, but I think it's much newer than that. I've got a Woody wagon here, another Dodge. Quite a row of Dodges here. Most of these look like they were people carriers, so these were designed to basically transport people. And I'm sure oops. Okay, this tinfoil has a very bad sound, like I'm gonna fall through. So we're gonna walk around that. All right, where was I before I fell into the Temple of Doom? So these are people carriers. They're probably used here in Thailand just to transport workers and etc. Obviously, we've got some buses over here that are now kind of like terrariums. There is stuff growing in there. Talk about vintage stuff. This is a steamroller, probably from the early 1900s, 1910, 1920. And what's really kind of interesting to me is that this is actually a Thai-built unit. So this was built here in Thailand, I'm guessing. I can't read Thai, so I don't know what the name is. But this over here, the World War II military purists are going to kill me for this, because my first thought is that this was an SKDZF German half-track, but I'm starting to think that this is probably a U.S. Army half-track. And you shouldn't be surprised that I was wrong. This is not a German half-track. This is the military U.S. Army half-track. It is quite cool. And the reason it's called a half-track is because it has regular tires up front and it has tracks in the back. So it's armored transport, definitely World War II era, used by the U.S. military in conflicts all around the world. I think Rob found his new job. He's now going to be a tractor driver. How you doing up there, buddy?
All right, just putting a shift in, bit of moonlighting.
I'm literally like a kid in a candy store. Not only do we have all these cool trucks, we've got all these wheelies, but back here, we have the cool cars. I see VWs, I see Brazilian VWs, I see Mercedes, I see all sorts of really cool stuff that I normally don't get to see. Let's go back here and hopefully Snake does not take me out. Thanks, Rob. Rob just threw a rock trying to scare me. It worked. This is very interesting. But absolutely, you got to be careful. There's grass here. There's definitely snakes somewhere in here. And I don't know if the snakes here are poisonous. There are VW buses down there, but I don't really want to walk all the way down there. And I also see some Dodge fire apparatus down there. This is definitely the oldest Nissan I think I have ever personally seen. I don't even know what model it is, but this thing is pretty big. You guys know what this thing is? Because I sure as heck don't. Definitely looks like somebody started to do some rust repair on this Mercedes, but well, it's got a lot bigger problems now than that door panel they were thinking about fixing, because now the roof is gone and the trunk might have some problems as well. Not only am I overheating, but now my phone is overheating as well. But guys, we've got some other cool stuff here we got to take a look at. These are Citroën CX, I believe, and definitely the rust has not been kind to these vehicles as well. I've got a Jaguar possibly. Now this is a VW. I believe this is a Brazilian built VW. I'm not sure what model it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Brazilian. This next car over here is a Ford Cortina. It's a four-door. It's a 68. I don't think it's a 67 judging by the roof line. We've got another Jeep. I'm praying that the snakes don't come for me. And then over here we start getting into the Mercedes-Benz. I'm not a Mercedes expert, so I can't tell you exactly the nomenclature of these models. But these are definitely pretty early. And we got more of these beautiful Mercedes. I think 220s or maybe 180s. That's probably right around 1964, 65. This is going to be late 1950s. And oh, look, we actually made it over here to see the VW buses. And yeah, I can't get in there, but we have, looks like a couple fire buses. We've got a crew cab truck here, the blue one. And this white vehicle is obviously a VW bus. I thought it was an ambulance. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm definitely sweating, but I don't know if I'll ever come back here, so I'm trying to make the best of it and so excited to check this out, but can't get to some of it because it's really overgrown. I definitely don't recommend anyone to come out here because it's just a complete zoo. Wow, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you the stuff so you don't have to come and walk through these snake-filled grass wetlands. Well, I think it's time for me to board my airplane and get out of here. Definitely found an interesting airplane set of stairs here, so I can get up here and we can get a better view of what's going on. Hopefully I don't fall through the rust. There's a ton of micro cars over there. Wow, that is crazy. Definitely need to go down there and take a look, but that grass, ugh. All right, snakes, here I come. Wow, lots more micro cars over here. Oh, this yard just goes on and on and on. Some really, really interesting things I've never seen. We've got an old Rover here. Probably right around 1934, 1936, something like that. I'm going to start really mixing things up. Now this here, that is a Renault Caravelle. That I am sure of. Rear-engined, air-cooled. Borgward, this is German. I'm not familiar with the German cars because we obviously never got these in the US. Just a plethora of micro cars. Wow. Oh, this is a pretty beat up Renault 10. Rear-engined, air-cooled. This is a Datsun. This is a very early Datsun. Or Nissan, I should say, considering the Datsun was only sold under that name in the US. There's a couple of Citroën. This is a DS. This is either a DS19 or a DS21. I'm not good enough to know the difference, but it's one of those two. And next to it is the station wagon version. Pretty sure this grillless car over here is going to be a DKW or possibly another Auto Union. Looks like the real rusty stuff is sitting back here. Very overwhelming here. So many different cars, so many different trucks. I thought I would know more of them, but I absolutely do not. I mean, I know my cars relatively well, but there's just so much bizarre stuff here that I have no idea what some of this stuff is. I mean, we've got a whole row of Firetrucks here. This Nissan is really, really interesting. And then over here, we've got something that reminds me of my Fiat 124 sedan, but this is not a Fiat. This is a Toyota with the name that I cannot mention. I think you know what I'm talking about. Think of the pandemic. What is this? This might be another Checker Marathon that's been converted into, I don't know what it's been converted into. It's got like a 1984 Cadillac Seville rear end. Again, more and more fire trucks over here. Yeah, I'm definitely going through all the weeds now. Please don't bite me, Mr. Snake. I am not tasty. We got these Dodge heavy-duty trucks that were used during World War II. Don't remember the model designation, but these were very widely used by troop transport during World War II. And I think we're kind of coming to the end of this part here, because now we are in the back here with the CX and more Willys. Oh no, there's a whole nother row back there. Let's see if we can get there. I don't know if I should be coming back here. Yeah. Let's just say there's a lot more stuff back here. Looks like another Ford Console or Ford Cortina. And everything is so heavily overgrown that we're going to start backing away from this now because there's a lot of rust everywhere. And I think I'm going to go take a look at what's at the front of this giant car yard. Some heavy-duty airport equipment here. We got a bunch of Mercedes airport trucks, Iveco. Looks like some kind of a TV truck. Definitely an airport tender here. Wow, this place just goes on and on and on. Look at this. We've got a Cadillac here. This is probably like a 1986 Cadillac Seville, probably a Fleetwood, something like that. Wow. This place is absolutely crazy. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out the other two videos I'm going to put up here. I think you'll really like them as well. As always, please don't forget to take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.